This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Tuesday, May 26, 2026, in the morning. Today, we analyze the shift in California's age verification laws to exempt the Linux operating system and a pair of critical request forgery vulnerabilities discovered in tools from Anthropic and Microsoft. We examine a significant milestone in gene editing as Eli Lilly reports a 62% reduction in cholesterol levels during clinical trials. We also cover the launch of Pavona, a new open-source silicon ecosystem, and the ITHICA framework for detecting silent data corruptions in hyperscale processors. Finally, we look at the state of decentralized trusted execution environments and the emergence of reconstructive authority in autonomous agent systems. California lawmakers have proposed a critical amendment to the state's upcoming age verification law, specifically moving to exempt operating systems like Linux. The original legislation sparked intense backlash from the open source community and privacy advocates. Critics argued that requiring an operating system to verify a user's age would necessitate the collection of sensitive personal data at the kernel or system level. The proposed amendment, introduced by the same lawmaker who wrote the original bill, acknowledges that operating systems are general-purpose tools rather than content platforms. If passed, this change prevents a scenario where Linux distributions would be legally forced to implement invasive identity tracking mechanisms. This is a significant win for the preservation of user privacy in open-source software. It reflects a growing legislative understanding that security and privacy at the architectural level must remain decoupled from content-level age gates. Security researchers have disclosed a high-severity vulnerability involving server-side request forgery in two prominent agentic tools. The flaw affects Anthropic's MCP-server fetch and Microsoft's Playwright-MCP. Both systems are designed to allow AI agents to interact with web content. The vulnerability, which carries a CVSS score of 7.5, allows an attacker to trick the server into making unauthorized requests to internal resources. In a production environment, this could lead to the exposure of internal metadata, local files, or sensitive cloud credentials. Because these tools are often granted high levels of autonomy to navigate the web on behalf of a user, the ability to redirect their fetch commands represents a significant breach of the execution boundary. Organizations using these model context protocol servers are advised to update to the latest versions immediately and restrict the network egress of their agent environments. In the field of biotechnology, Eli Lilly has reported results from a phase 1 clinical trial of its new gene-editing therapy for cholesterol. Participants receiving a high dose of the treatment saw their LDL cholesterol levels drop by 62%. This therapy utilizes a gene-editing mechanism to permanently silence the PCSK9 gene in the liver, which regulates how the body removes cholesterol from the blood. Unlike daily statins or monthly injections, this approach aims for a one-time intervention. The data suggests the treatment was well tolerated at the high-dose level. This result is a major technical validation for the use of in vivo gene editing to treat chronic, widespread conditions. It moves gene therapy from the realm of rare disease treatment toward large-scale preventative medicine. Researchers from Stanford University and Google have published a new approach to identifying silent data corruptions in CPUs, titled ITHICA. These corruptions are errors that occur during processing without triggering a system crash, often leading to incorrect calculations in large-scale data centers. The ITHICA framework, or intra-thread instruction checking approach, uses a specialized software-level check to identify defects induced by silicon manufacturing issues. As chips become smaller and more complex, these physical defects are becoming harder to catch during the initial testing phase. Hyperscalers have reported that these mercurial cores can cause massive, untraceable errors in AI training runs and financial modeling. ITHICA provides a way to detect these defective processors while they are still in the fleet, allowing for targeted isolation of faulty hardware without requiring a total system shutdown. Global Platform has announced the launch of Pavona, a certification-ready open-source silicon ecosystem. The project is backed by a consortium of industry leaders, including Meta, Qualcomm, Tenstorrent, and Winbond, alongside researchers from the University of Oxford. Pavona aims to provide a standardized, transparent foundation for secure hardware. By making the silicon architecture open source, the project allows for independent audits of security features, such as the root of trust. This is a direct response to growing concerns regarding hardware-level backdoors and the opacity of proprietary chip designs. The goal is to create a verified blueprints library that any manufacturer can use to build chips that meet strict international security standards. We're tracking an under-the-radar development in the architecture of autonomous agents called Reconstructive Authority, or RAM. Current agent systems often fail because they attempt to execute decisions based on state information that is no longer valid by the time the action is taken. RAM introduces an execution gating mechanism. It requires that an agent's authority to act be reconstructed and verified against the current system state at the exact moment of execution. This prevents stale decisions from causing catastrophic errors in dynamic environments, like high-frequency trading or automated infrastructure management. Parallel to this, the community is debating the feasibility of permissionless trusted execution environments, or TEEs. While current TEEs rely on a single manufacturer's hardware, new research suggests we are moving toward decentralized TEE networks. This would allow for a billion-dollar Web3 project to run on a distributed network of secure enclaves, where no single hardware provider can compromise the physical integrity of the system. Community chatter is focused on the exploitation of a zero-day vulnerability in the Knowledge Deliver learning management system in Japan. Attackers are reportedly using hard-coded ASP.NET keys to install Godzilla web shells and Cobalt Strike beacons. On the tools front, OpenOSINT is gaining traction. This is an AI-powered agent that integrates 14 different tools for username searches across 300 platforms, breach checks, and Shodan scans. It runs locally via Ollama, removing the need for external API keys. We are also monitoring the Landshu Awesome AI Video Kit, a new collection of 15 models and over 400 prompts designed for enterprise-grade video production. Finally, security analysts are flagging a persistent pattern of phishing attacks hosted on Weebly. These campaigns are disguising themselves as update service systems to harvest credentials. As routine business actions increasingly become attack paths, the community is emphasizing the need for better visibility in security operations centers to catch these low-noise, high-impact intrusions. This concludes the Synthetic Signal Report for Tuesday.